Knicks Nation. Today is Monday, the first day of July 2024. Years flying by. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope your family had a good weekend and everybody's safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are saving lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are here trying to help, rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, double curses on the profiteers, and double curses on the perverts that create these heinous industries. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, children, families, veterans, senior citizens, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, a couple things on the Isaiah. It's 8:21 on Monday morning, and as of this morning, because I don't want to hear all y'all telling me later that I missed something, there's no news on the Hartenstein front. For Hartenstein, no news is good news. He met with Oklahoma City last night. And Oklahoma City came into Oregon, met with him, and then left. No deal was obviously signed at that time, which tells me two things. Number one, whatever deal was offered to him, and you know one was, he has to at least think about it. He hasn't signed anything, but he hasn't come back to the Knicks either. So he's thinking about it. For him to have to think about it makes it a difficult decision. It could be like he's thinking about it because he doesn't want to break bad news to us because he loves us. He loves the Knicks. Or he's thinking about it because he's thinking about coming back to the Knicks and he's not sure what he should do. So in either case, there's no decision made. There will be a decision made soon, I am sure. Because Hartenstein's that type of dude. He ain't going to string this out. But right now, we don't know. Now, that's number one. Number two, the whole crap about if he signs, you got to trade Mitrop is BS. You got both of them. Why is people trying to break up a team that has championship aspirations? It makes no sense to me. Like trade Julius Randle. Oh, Deuce may be traded. You're looking to break up a team that has championship aspirations. You have Hartenstein as your starter and Mitchell Robinson, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, coming into your second unit. Well, he's offensively challenged. Really? He almost single-handedly destroyed Cleveland in the series they played. It's almost single-handedly. Made all Cleveland's front line look like little boys. In Tom Thibodeau's defensive schemes, he needs a shot blocker. He's not looking for a three-point specialist from the three. He's not looking for that from the 5 spot. He's looking for a guy that makes people afraid to come down the line. That, my friends, is Mitchell Robinson. Okay? So, we haven't heard anything from Hartenstein. That's good news. You still got Mitch and Hartenstein. That's good news. If they lose Hartenstein, I don't know what they're going to do because everybody's signed. The money goes fast in free agency. It goes fast. So people were looking at Plumlee. He's gone. People wanted Drummond. He's gone. People wanted Jonas Valanciunas. He's gone. 3 years, $10 million, which is basically your mid-level exception. Okay, that's what basically that is, your mid-level exception. And he went to Washington. So what I'm saying is the money's drying up fast. There's not many players left. I have to believe that there's at least a 50% chance, let's put it that way, that Hartenstein comes back to the Knicks. The more time goes by, if another day goes by and he hasn't said anything yet, I expect a decision today. But if today goes by and he don't say nothing, this is real. I'm thinking though, really, by midnight tonight, let's put it that way, before the day turns to Tuesday, we'll find out something. So we'll know some point today. Now, Philadelphia. This is interesting. The reason that Philadelphia, this is what they did. Philadelphia just signed Paul George, $212 million. They re-signed Kelly Oubre. They got Eric Gordon. They re-signed Andre Drummond. Okay, so they got all of these new guys. They got Paul George, they got Kelly Oubre, they got Andre Drummond, they got Eric Gordon, right? And of course, they still got Embiid and Maxey and DeAnthony Melton, right? Good team, right? And they're probably going to lose Tobias Harris. They're probably going to lose Tobias Harris. Now, but why are they still fourth? In my view, they're fourth in the East. Why? Well, what does the Knicks, the Bucks, and the Celtics have over Philly? That's extremely important. Think about this. What does the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Bucks have over Philly? A very important thing. Continuity. You see, Philly is desperate. They put all their chips when they went through the process, if you recall. I mean, they was going through players like, first round number one picks and nothing working out and keep trying until they finally found one that stuck, Embiid. Okay? They paired Embiid with Ben Simmons. They paired Embiid with Jimmy Butler. They paired Embiid with Harden. Never worked out. So now they're pairing him. They finally drafted a real player in Tyrese Maxey. And so they got him. And then they got these other guys, Paul George. What are they trying? They're trying desperately to utilize Embiid's prime and try to win a chip. When you're doing it that way, it's very difficult to win when you're playing against teams that have continuity. Boston brings everybody back to a team that, like Brown and Tatum, have played together for years. Al Horford, years. Been there a long time. Okay? And so you got that. Plus, Derek White's been there now a couple of years. And then you just added Jrue Holiday, who's a plug-and-play type of guy with KP. Listen, it's going to be difficult. Pritchard is another now. He's a rotational player out of Oregon. Very important. Been there for a few years. They got continuity, okay, with core players, especially in their rotation. They know each other. The Knicks, that some of y'all so desperately want to trade away. Randall's now been here like 4 or 5 years. Mitch Rob is the longest tenured Knick. Okay? You now have Brunson, who's now going into his third year with the Knicks. You now have Hart, who's going into his third year with the Knicks. Then you still got Deuce, who was drafted by the Knicks in his fourth year. All this is your rotation. Okay? And they've played together and been at war with Tom Thibodeau going 40 minutes. Deuce was playing 40 plus minutes a night at a stretch. They know his system. Hartenstein, if he comes back, will be in his third year. They have continuity. And OG, plug and play. He's plug and play. And so and talk about continuity, Mikal Bridges. I mean, I know he's new to the team, but you can't tell me he ain't played with Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart before. They got that, okay? Bucks, Brooks Lopez. They might be old, but Lopez, Middleton, and Giannis, they've been together for a minute, okay? And then you bring in Dame Lillard, and now they're trying now. They're older, but they got more continuity than Philly with their big front line right there. So Philly's trying to throw something together quick, while they got Embiid in his prime. And they better hope, Eric Gordon has been known to get hurt a lot. And it only cost him $3 million. And then Andre Drummond, like I said, 2 years, 10, that's $5 million. That's the mini mid-level exception. Then they got, of course, the big fish was Paul George, $212 million. Who? $212 million for a dude 34 years old? Now listen. I'm not trying to diss on Paul George. Paul George is a great player. Probably, a future Hall of Fame. Great player. No doubt about it. But the thing is, the NBA is a grind. People just keep discounting. This ain't street ball. This is 82 games of grind. Okay? And the older you are, no matter, even Paul George keeps himself in phenomenal condition. The grind gets to you. Okay? Especially you get into your 30s. Look, in real life, on the street level, 34 is young. You're still a young man when you're 34 years old, right? But in terms of professional basketball in the greatest, toughest league in the world, 34 is ancient. It's like, with other sports, like with boxing. Dudes 34, they start to lose their reflexes a little bit, start getting tagged more, whereas when they were 24, you couldn't hit them. Okay? Same thing with the league. you start to lose a little bit. You start to get broke down a little bit because it's an 82 game grind plus playoffs. So that's why you start to see little cracks. Even with Juju. Juju 29. And he's starting to get hurt a little bit. I'm not saying he's injury prone. Some of y'all gonna go off the deep end on it, but I'm just saying it's gonna happen to everybody. It's just part of the league in the grind that you're in. Okay, very few players can run through this like a Mikal Bridges and hardly miss a game. And Mikal Bridges is only 27. So that's what I'm saying. So you just you slap together this team, and you're hoping against hope that they stay together, they don't get hurt, and then of course we know Embiid's injury history. So you're hoping they can come together quick, get some continuity together, get some rhythm, and come together real fast, and don't get hurt. There's a lot of big ifs, man. A lot of big ifs, and there's a lot of money at stake because they're gonna pay Paul George $50 million a year. Okay, so they just sold their cap space for the future. So if this don't work out, and I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to. If this don't work out, you're going to see them clean house as they should. See, problem is Daryl Morey is like, he's like a big spender. You know, he always trying to figure out ways to spend maximum money and get stars in quick. But if you do notice something from Houston to now Philly, he don't win no championships. He brings a lot of fans in the seats because you get the NBA's a star-driven league. So the owners like him. He spend a lot of their money though, and people come to see these stars, right? But he don't win no chips. If you're a Knicks fan, the focus is one thing: championships. That's it. We got the continuity. If we can keep Hartenstein, and that's what I'm being cautiously optimistic here because I'm more optimistic than I was previous to yesterday. And the reason is he ain't signed no contract yet. I expected that to get done Sunday night. You know, because like if somebody's sitting in front of you with $100 million contract, you ain't got to think about that. That's done. But something happened. I don't know what. Now, with respect to Oklahoma City and Sam Presti, look, he's got already SGA locked up $200+ million, right? But he's going to have to pay Lou Dort. He's going to have to pay Chet Holmgren. This is all in the next 2 years. He got to pay Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, and he got to pay J Dub. Yeah, he got to play J Dub. Okay, he got to pay all these cats. And now he just got Caruso. He got him on his hook for $80 million. And now he's talking about throwing money at Hartenstein. I don't know. See, Sam Presti's a smart guy. Very smart. One of the smartest executives in basketball. Okay, he's been like that for a minute. But he is now having to weigh present money, present cap space against future needs. He just had a team that went to that won the West. He in terms of number one in the West. Okay, and he just added Caruso, which is the perfect fit next to SGA. I don't think he needs much. I think if he got a lot of money, okay, great. I would run it back if I was him and save that money because you're gonna have to pay these kids in 2 years. You're gonna have to pay them. Okay, so you don't want that space clogged up because you just spent $100 million on Hartenstein. So I don't know what he's doing. This is also a little bit of a mystery to me. It's a little too early in these kids' careers. When I say kids, I'm talking about Holmgren and all the kids I just named, to go all in. It's a little too early for me to go all in. See, Hartenstein would be an all-in move. Okay, Chet Holmgren needs a couple more seasons. And they could win the chip. They really could. They got that kind of team, but you got to let this stew a little bit. So I'm not sure what he's doing here, except trying to steal Hartenstein to the Knicks from the Knicks. But whatever. The deal didn't get signed last night. So let's see what happens today. I expected Orlando to have a heavy push at Hartenstein, but Orlando is pushing for wings, which I don't understand, but that's their business. They get out of Hartenstein's life, they're out of my life. So all good. So what we need to do is see what happens today. Hartenstein's going to make, I'm very sure he'll make some sort of announcement today. Something will come out at some point about what he going to do. Whether he going to come back to the Knicks or go to Oklahoma City. For sure, he ain't going to no damn Detroit. I've been telling y'all that. I don't care how much money they have. He ain't going there. But he going to decide whether he going to Oklahoma. It's good that it's down Oklahoma City in New York because it'd have been problems if Orlando got involved. But they not. So we good. It's just OKC and New York. Let's see what happens. We'll find out later today. Y'all enjoy your Monday. So